Timecontrol with a progressive web app, Raspberry Pi and RFID based on an Odoo system. My name is Martin Schmid. I'm from Germany. I'm the CEO of Equitania Software GmbH in Pforzheim. I'm in ERP business since over 30 years and have a lot of developing experience. Our company have own Odoo developers, nearby 10, and our main position is Pforzheim, is between Stuttgart and Karlsruhe. About myself, I'm 53 years old. I'm since over 15 years CEO of the Equitania Software GmbH. We are a part of the CMC group based in Rheinland-Pfalz in Germany, and there I'm the CTO for all IT things. I'm working with Odoo since the version 6. And also I'm writing 2 German language books about Odoo. One is a cooking book and the other is for starters with Odoo CE. But this year I will relaunch one of them for the version 12 and 13. You can have a look on that on LeanPub. Okay, why did we develop something for time control? Why is the European Judgment Court have said last year the safety and health of the workers at work have to check and to measure exactly. You can have a look on that short link here at the European Union. That means if the German government and also the governments of all states in Europe, every working time of every employee have to measure exactly. And that's the background. Because we have a lot of experience with Odoo. Our main was to use Odoo, but we have some special needs for that, and so we develop also a progressive web app that talk with Odoo. At first I show you now the solution in live on our wall. It's a progressive web app on our Raspberry Pi. Here you can see a Raspberry Pi we have in our company. The Raspberry Pi have a RFID reader and a touch display. The employee have a key card, and with that key card he can identify his person, and then he can tip here, okay, I make now a break time, and when he come again, break is ending, he can click again, and details I will show later in the video. Okay, about the software parts. At first I will explain you what we developed in the Odoo models. We developed the Odoo models for the version 12 and 13. You can use the Community Edition as well the Enterprise Edition. At first we add the break times in the system. And the legal breaking times. That means in Germany the employees have legal break times. So the system, Odoo, right now calculates the legal break times for each employee based on the contract. Then we generate the holidays, and also we developed a small model that automatically all public holidays will generate for each year for Germany, and that we support. Then we enhance that a little bit for mobile using, optional with geolocation. We support RFID chips, and we support also barcodes. But if the employee is using that on his mobile device, he entered his RFID ID one time and then the system will remember that automatically. We develop also a multi-company support, and now for the Corona problems we have also the possibility to have a contactless come and go, so that nobody have to touch the system. It's enough to go with your ID card over the system and then it remembers automatically who is recognized automatically who is currently on the system. Then we enhance the reporting. There it will show you a lot of enhancement we have done with Fast Report, our own report engine integration, and also as well this offline support. At first, I will show you what we have done in the Odoo system. It's an Odoo system. We have our own theme for the community edition. It's worked quite well with also responsive design and a little bit nearby the enterprise. And here I have a lot of employees. And in our demo system, we use the software in all our companies in the CMC group, but that guys you see here on the screen are generated automatically out of the Faker Python library, also the pictures, so that's not real employees. So, and here I have added one of our users. What we enhanced for the multi-company possibility was that we have the access rights changed a little bit more and make it more strict, that the leaders and managers from one company cannot see the times of an employee in another company. So we have one system and all working together in the CMC group, and that's 3 companies and or 4 companies, but only the leaders of the companies can see what's happened in his own company. So I go to my own user. I have make here demonstrate user, and here that's the standard features what Odoo use in the system. So that's the standard fields for the barcode, and we support the barcode in our progressive web app as well. So the user can scan the barcode in the terminal also, but we use here a community model from the OCA to enhance the RFID code card. And for the RFID code card, we have here a very easy box. You can order it by in Amazon. It costs nearby 15 to 16 euros. And for example, I will go now to that field here, and that is my key card. And if I scan, the key card will support right now. But we also have the possibility to enhance that in the progressive web app. But now the user is stored in the Odoo system. And here you can see the times where the user have measure his time, check in, check out, and the break times. And now we enhanced a report. And with this report, you can set, okay, that month. So I can set, okay, I want to output that for the August for myself. And now when I click, the fast report engine will generate now a report for me. I will show you. Sorry, it's a little bit German, but mostly it should be clear. We have the table will show you all days the employee is working from the start time to the end time. He will calculate the total times and also the times when he goes to a breaking times, and so we have the actual working time at all, and then the system also calculate the when he works a little bit more. But also, if there on this day we have public holidays, is working at night, there's a holiday time, he is sick, or also for students when they go to school, the system also measure that. And on the button you can see on which time the employees was on holiday. So for German, Urlaub is holiday, so we have here the holiday times, and the K is for the sick time, so K is for krank in German, it means sick. And so the HR department have for every employee for each month the real working time. And here you can see the CMC group is working 35 hours per week, and the starting time is at 7:30. So that was mainly the enhancement in the Odoo system. Later I will come back to the Odoo system when I show you more about the fast report. The main developing was the breaking times here, that Odoo can work with break times, and also the write enhancement for the multi-company. So now we go to our progressive web app. At first, the configuration. Some words about a progressive web app. A progressive web app is mainly developed by Google. So Google wants that a progressive web app is working like a real app on a smart device, like an iPhone or an Android device, but it should be working like a real app there. But you have not to install anything. You need for that an actual browser. So on an iPhone you need a Safari, and on Android you should use a Chrome. And you can recognize progressive web app also in your browser that there is a plus. So you can also on your desktop the app as looks like a normal application. And the main feature of a progressive web app is you can use APIs of the browser. So you can use a geolocation if the user will allow that on the geolocation part. He can give you the IDs, the longitude and the longitude of your position. As well, he store all data in the database on your browser. So the system can be also working offline. So if somebody on his mobile device is outside, then he have not a network, then the system store the data there, and if there a connection come again, then the data will transmit. So it's a little bit complicated. We developed that progressive web app in .NET Core, because we can also do it with Python, but we have also skills in C# in our company, so we tried out to use C# for that. And .NET Core is the platform independence version of .NET, so we can install it on Ubuntu as well. So what we can do as in our version. At first, you give the address of your Odoo system. Then the port, so we use here a SSL security connection. Then we need a user with special rights. So we create here a HR user. And then, like you know it's a database, the Odoo database. And also you can answer the time zone. where the terminal is standing there. So of course Odoo, you know, working with the UTC time, and so the system can measure that. And here you see here the unsync posts, and the unsync posts means that it's possible, if there is not a network connection, then it's stored there and you can clear that post. Also, you can download and clear your log file. Here you can set the length of your RFID. Normally is 10, and the timeout in second is how long the solution is waiting till it go back to the start screen. Here you can set the logging, and you can also set the level of the logging. Here you can visible and invisible the passwords, and also you cannot see the ID of the RFID tag. Here you can enhance the break times. You can enable that the user can see his times. Also he can see his vacations, his holidays. Then he can enhance his geolocation enhancement, and here you can set to enable that for mobile device. So you can set it for a terminal, maybe in your company region. So you can also, if you have different Raspberry Pis, you can see, okay, the user is coming on door 1 and is going on to door 4, for example. And contactless, like I explained you, it's from the Corona time, so you have not touched anything. And also you can change the language. Currently we have German, English, and of course we have Macedonian developers, so we have also that language, but it's like in Odoo, you can enhance the language. You can also add the RFID tags directly. You can search in your Odoo system. And one important, we use the XML RPC, so also the Odoo Web-API to communicate between the Progressive Web App and the Odoo system. So we have here a successful test, and I change the color that you see the changes. So I go to right, so we have to right. So now I have the RFID reader and my tag, so it recognized, okay, it's me. And I change the language that it's easier to understand for you. So I have now the possibility, the system recognized that I was coming, and the next step I can go, or I can go to break time. So now I am on break time. After my break time is finished, I scan here again, beep, and now I have the possibility to end my break. Again, scan, and I can see here my confirmed holidays, but it's also possible to see on which day I was holiday, and I can start a holiday request for the HR department. Also, I can see my working times, already working times. So it's a test system, so it's not real times, but I see on which times I was working, and so the employees can see. So the system is very easy, and you saw it on the small device on the 7-inch size for the Raspberry Pi. So you do not need a real computer. So, and that was the 15 seconds when the system go back to the start screen. Some words about the hardware. So for that hardware costs, you have a Raspberry Pi with a touch display, and that at all you have 150 euros, that's all. But you can use also other terminals, like you can use a tablet. All you need is to add the RFID reader. So that RFID reader I showed you before, it's a USB port there, and it works with all devices. You can use it on Mac, you can use it on on Windows devices. You can also, as well as Raspberry Pi, also on tablets with an USB port. And now I will show you that also from my iPhone. Here you see my iPhone, and here I have added a home screen shortcut on my iPhone, so the system is knowing that's me. And like I show you on in the browser version, also here I go to the break time, and now it recognized that the color was changing, and so I can tip everything on that. And you see I have not entered the ID again, because the ID will stored in the database in the browser. So the employees can also use that on each device. So all he needs is a connection to that progressive web app. Okay, last part, the print engine. Everybody who is working with Odoo is a really great system, but the print engine is a little bit without any words. So based on that, we developed our own print engine. The years before, we used a Pentao print engine. There was a version for 8 and 10, but it's not longer developed, so we create our own solution. On the basics, you have a report type. You know it like in other report types, but there is some enhancement. So fast report allows you a lot of other exports. So you can use it as a PDF as a standard, but you can also use a XML or PNG. Also as well Office and Open Office formats. It's also possible. And now how we create the communication with Odoo. We not have an access directly to the database. So we create the possibility to give the report engine all data they need for create that reports. And here you can choose to use a SQLite database, and if not, the report engine will get a XML file. And based on that, we create all reports for our customers with fast report, also the time control reports right now. I will show you how it works right now. So for that examples, I go to the Odoo system and the companies, and I go to one company, and now I have here a print button. It's a company support, and that is now the report right out of the print engine. So for the user will get from us an editor. It's a Windows-based program. And here you can see the connection. There are the reports. The ending is FRX. It's a fast report. And here are the databases. So the databases will be deleted after a day. So you see here different formats. It's DB or XML files. And also as well you have the log files. And here you can exchange the data between your local system and the report system. And if you want to add a report, you have to get the SQLite database and the report on your local machine. And now I open the report, so you see the report. So I go to the connection here. I have a connection, that's the SQLite database. And so you see that's all tables I got from Odoo. And if I go to that table and view the data, okay, here are no data, so I go to the company, and here I have some data from the company. And so if I preview that reports, so that's the report that Odoo sent it to me. So with our solution, it's possible to get all data automatically from Odoo, and that data you can print in a Docker engine like Odoo, like we work with Odoo, and you have a lot of possibilities. You have different formats, you have char sets, you have pictures, you have barcodes, you have all barcodes that normally you use in your jobs, and a lot of more. You have also the possibilities to enhance your reports and write it in C#. Also as well, you can use Visual Basic.NET. I will show you another report like we have done here, the timesheet, so that you see we have created here a lot of code. So so you have an independent system between Odoo and the report engine, and with that we can give our customer the possibility to enhance and to edit the reports by themselves. So that's all. A lot to explain. Thank you for attention, and now it's time for your questions. Thank you.
Hello everybody, so thank you for attending the presentation of Martin. So I can see that a lot of you have a question to ask to Martin regarding the time control solution. So what I can propose to you is that you have now a link that appear on the chat, and you can then join the link to ask all of your questions to Martin directly. Thank you very much.